What's going on? My name's Shah. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a fantastic day. Today is a very, very special day. Today we are doing a mod spotlight on the amazing mod Woot by Ipsis. It's the alternative mob spawner grinder system. It's mob factories. This mod is absolutely amazing. Amazing. It doesn't actually spawn mobs into the world. So it's so healthy for servers and single player. It cuts down on lag and tick rate and everything else because it's not actually spawning 10,000 zombies underneath of your base and then you having to kill them manually or create some automated system. Instead, what the mod does is it actually, you build a mob factory, and in that factory, you go out and you tag whatever mob that you would like to put in the factory. You take it back to your factory, you put that into the factory, and it starts pseudo spawning mobs into the factory. And the first thing the factory does is it looks at what is the loot table? What all can this mob spawn? So, or what all loots can it drop? So it'll actually look, at different mod items that can, pop up on any given mob. And it'll create those items and spit them out as loot along with XP at the cost of some RF. Appropriate, otherwise it'd be just way too overpowered. But it's so healthy for servers, and I think admin need to start, putting it on their server. I think packs need to start putting it in their packs because this could save a lot of servers where, it's a busy server and there's a lot of people playing. Yeah, you don't want, 20 people on your server all having a blaze farm and all having a zombie farm and all having an enderman spawn. All that adds up over time. So instead, they could use this mod and make their own mob factories and just save the planet, save the world, one tick rate at a time. So let's see here. Here, I'm going to go ahead and give you a heads up. This is your shopping list right here. We're going to just start off the bat. Just right here's your shopping list to get started. All this over here on the right, this is what you need to create all the dyes. And all the dyes are what is created or is what is needed to create the actual blocks, for the mod itself. So you need 2 sticks, a redstone, some skulls, 1 skull actually, a flint, 2 under iron, we'll get to that, 2 string, 7 gold, 2 ender pearls, a slab of wood. You need iron bars, there's 15 of them, so basically you need 6 iron right there as well. You need 1 obsidian, which is going to be used with the hammer, we'll get to that, 1 stone, 3 nether brick, and some blaze powder. And with this, you're able to start crafting the other blocks in the game. Now, we're not going to go through and do every single one of these because I don't know. I never liked sitting through a mod spotlight where they just and then you do this and then you need this for this. So we're going to go through this relatively quickly. I hope you don't mind. So here's the 7 dyes. So we got the 7 dyes. Now these dyes, once you create them, they don't go away. They, you craft over and over and over with them. They're just an item. And the same thing with the hammer, and we'll get to the hammer as well. So I'm just going to quickly kind of do a little glance over on each one of them. Actually, I'll probably just open up the table here. They're all the same, iron bars, gold, and obsidian with something different in the middle for each of the dyes. So this is the shard dye, and for it, you need flint. So quickly going down the line here, we got casings with stone. We have mesh, and the mesh dye is with iron bars. And let us turn off the rain. Of course it would rain. It's Minecraft. I mean, it's going to rain. So we have the plate dye, which is oak wood slab. We have the connector dye, which is redstone. We have the skull dye. Can you guess what's in this one? Yeah, that's right. Skulls. In this case, a zombie head. And a prism dye, which is an ender pearl. So there's all the dyes you need. You also need to make yourself a hammer. Yaha, actually. Another bricks, string, and a couple sticks. Here you go. You got a hammer. The main material used in this mod is under iron, which is the under iron ingot right there. To get the under iron ingot, you need iron and nether brick. Along with these next 3 are not, they're not consumed when you craft them. So we won't actually say them in every one of the crafting things. So you need the yaw hammer, no durability, it won't go away. Same thing with the mesh die, won't go away. Obsidian, same thing, it acts like the anvil to squish everything together. So basically, you're going to need nether brick and 1 iron will get you pulverized, 2 pulverized under iron. Smelt those up in your any furnace of your preference, and you're good to go. So the rest of these, we're just going to kind of skim over them. So we have under iron plate, which is 1 ingot for 4 of those. You need the factory, which is 4 of the under iron, and the die, along with the hammer and the obsidian there, which it's not actually going to get consumed. Over here, all of the same thing. You need lapis, redstone, and quartz. Those 3 get you the factory connector. Of course, that's the connector die. Makes sense, huh? Factory cap, yep, factory die, along with some obsidian and some glowstone, along with the connector. We got 4 shards here. We've got the quartz shard, the diamond shard, the emerald shard, and the nether shard. They are all crafted with the 3 things, you know, the hammer, the obsidian, and the die. So 1 nether quartz gets you 9 of those. The diamond, 1 diamond, 9 diamond shards. Emerald, yep, same thing, emerald, 9 emerald. Nether star, put the nether star in, you get 9 nether star shards. And then you have the 3 tier upgrades. We got the tier 1 upgrade, tier 2 upgrade, tier 3 upgrade. Quartz, the die, some under iron, tier 1. Tier 2 is the emerald, same thing. Tier 3 is the diamond, same thing. Boom, tier 3. And then we come to the different skulls. These are actually used for the caps. So you got 2 skulls in here and an iron. Get you the 2 actually iron plated skulls. Gold, same thing, gold. Then you use 2 of the ones from previously, get you 4 of those. Make 2 of these and stick them into this one because you need, actually it's, yeah, that's right. So a diamond plus the ones from previously, get you 5 encrusted diamond skulls. The emerald, the diamonds from before, a couple sets of them. Emerald, get you 5 emerald skulls. Actually, emerald crusted in skulls. All right. Whew. Last part for all the components. And this is more of not a component. This is how you actually capture the mobs. So when you go out in the world, you want to have one of these little fancy things. And let me go ahead and type in Woot down here. @Woot. And we'll go ahead and grab a blank one of these. We're also going to grab a quick mob here real quick. What kind of mob do y'all think we should grab? Oh, wrong place. Let's grab a cow. Yep, sure, cows. I like cows. Cows are good. Cows are good. I spawned him in a wall. He's probably going to die. We'll get another one. Holy cat, that is a big cow. Wow. That's a huge cow. So to craft this, let's do that one real quick. So to craft it, yep. Under iron. Eye of Ender. That'll get you your mob prism. Put the mob prism in with 2 iron, under iron, along with the dyes here listed. These don't have to be Minecraft dyes. These can be any dyes, as long as they're the appropriate color, as you can see there. That gets you the mob prism. So you take your mob prism, you find your victim. In this case, it's going to be Mr. Cow. We left click and we smack him like we were going to attack him. And now you can see this is glowing and shimmering. And it says Mob Cow, Tier 1. So that tells us that we can use this in a Tier 1 mob factory. Let me go ahead and reset this little guy over here back to a size 1. So the first block that you want to create is the mob factory layout. This little blue block right here. And it's a little baby block down here. So to craft it, let's just do it this way. It'll be a little quicker. 1 stone and a factory casing. They get you the underblock, or the layout. So once you have your layout, you can just right click on, you want to make sure you place this above the ground, first of all. Let's say that. Because if you put it on the ground, pieces of it's underground, and that's not going to work for you. So put it 1 above the ground. See, 1 above the ground. And it gives you the instructions onto how to build your layout. So what it's telling you here is that you want to use, let me go ahead and move over into here, slide all of this up out of the way for the moment. And we'll grab all the colors we need. So we need mob factory blocks. We need the gray, the red, we'll go ahead and grab the orange, the green, and the white. Now, I actually had all these lined up nice and pretty down there, but, you know, just sitting going through and like, you do this to craft this to craft this. I just don't find it that entertaining myself, and I figured you all wouldn't either. So we're just going to do it this way. It'll be a little quicker, a little shorter of a video. At the end, I will give you a list of all the materials you need to make all the dies, along with your whole first factory tier 1. So you just go through and you actually, you place, you know, color code, you know, you gotta match up the color. So if it says gray, you put a gray one. If it says red, you put a red one. And then on the top right here where it says white, that's actually the end caps. And there's 4 different end caps for the 4 tiers of the mob factory. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this one requires a white one. So it's white. So you would say gray, then you put your red, and then you would put your end cap on. Boom. Right like that. So we'll go ahead and, let's go ahead and make a quick factory just so y'all can see how easy it is. And then we'll go into a few other things as well. Some of the upgrades and stuff like that. And try to move through this mod as swiftly as we can. So you ain't out here all day. So we'll quickly just fill this all in. If I could actually aim today would be awesome. All right. And then we just fill in all the red with red. Pretty straightforward. All right. So now we have our basic design laid out here. Now we're missing 2 main components plus power. And that component would be, let me just slide all these up in the top here real quick out of my way. You want your mob factory and a mob controller. So the factory is the heart and the brains of the operation. It's what everything else connects to. Your power connects to it, your upgrades connect to it, and it actually goes right where the layout is sitting right here. So let's get rid of the layout, drop in our factory, and now we're going to take our mob controller, we're going to put it on top. So now it's all ready to go. All it needs now is to know what kind of mob we would like to put into the factory. So let's get our cow out. Here's our cow. So we're just going to right click onto the mob controller. Boom. As you can see, it turned into a multi-block. That means it's assembled. It was correct. And if we point at it, it says cow up in Wayla, the top center of the screen. So that tells us required tier 1. So it's a tier 1 factory with a cow in it. Down here it says factory is running, but it's got 0 of whatever that is, 10 million RF. So we need some power. So we'll get to that in a minute, and I'll show you where we hook the power up. Pretty easy stuff here. Not too bad. All right, so that's where we hook the power up, is that little red dot. And that's actually the bottom side of our factory block. Okay? So let us grab some power of some sort here. What would be the quickest one to grab? Let's just grab some mechanism. We'll get the big cable. Is that the big cable? And we need a power cell. Let's find like a creative power cell to do this with. I think that'd be the easiest thing to do. And I actually had some of this set up, you know, in my display section. It was all pretty, but I think it's a little nicer doing it like this. So you bring your power down, your cable, whatever form you so choose. The mod itself does not come with power. You will have to supply your own power from whatever mods that you have installed. Put your cube on. Okay, so now our factory is powered up. It is ready to go. We're only missing one thing. It needs somewhere to put the actual items that it's spawning, right? So let's get a chest. We'll grab one of these diamond chests over here. And we're going to throw it right down in front of the mob factory. Okay, it's there. Now it says it's running. It's actually using 216 RF a tick, if you see it up in the top. And it says it's going to spawn 1 mob every 320 ticks at or cost of at 216 RF a tick. So there we go. It's spawning leather and beef. Now, if we had some mob, like maybe a skeleton that drops something special, like a, I don't know, let's say there was a bazooka hat, and skeletons had bazooka hats, and it was from some mod. Well, when the factory is first run, it actually looks at that list that the mod, you know, all the mods that are installed and everything that skeleton can possibly spawn. And that's what it's going to give you, you know, here is different chances. So like skeletons will get bows and arrows and bones, etc., right? So pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So that's basically how it works. Now we've got more. So let me take 1 second here to catch my breath. Woo! How are y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? So we have, I was just making sure that this is how they're actually set up. So you get your factory on the bottom, your controller on top. If you want to look, there's the crafting. So connectors, glass, some skulls, and a casing for the factory. Some more of the connectors, casing, and the 3-tier upgrades, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Moving on, I don't want to spend too much time on this stuff. It's, it's part of the crafting stuff that most people don't really care to just look at all the things. So here's the mob factory blocks, which we talked about in the 2 rooms back there. So, now to actually make the next tier up, you can right click on your factory layout, and this is going to tell you for each tier, what blocks are needed where. And as we already saw, the red and the gray. So there's the orange, the green, and the white, all nice and pretty set up. The gray and the red are quite easily to make. You just need a bone, and you need 1 casting frame, or factory casing, excuse me, not frame. And that gives you 1 factory block. And total for the very first one of these, you actually need 13. 13 is how many gray you need. For the red blocks, all you need is rotten flesh and some of the factory casings. You need 14 of these for the tier 1, which you just saw me make a second ago there. And have you ever noticed, this always cracks me up. Did you ever notice that rotten flesh is under food? It's freaking so weird. I was like, what? Why? I mean, okay, so I use it in my survival series, which, by the way, you should go check out. And oh yeah, by the way, if you do like my presentation of the Woot mod here by Ipsis, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more mod spotlights in the future, please subscribe. And you'll be updated whenever I do a new mod update or spotlight. And it'll also give you a chance to see my content from my Let's Play. So here's the mob factory capstone, which you saw me place in the back. They go on top. So depending on which tier that you're creating depends on where the actual capstones go. So you can see on a tier 2, this block would be wrong. That it wouldn't go there. It's actually just a regular red, block. And the capstones are yellow on this one. So, same thing with the green. They move, they change. So pay attention if you're having any issues and you just upgraded your mob farm. Check that. That might be your issue if it won't assemble or something. Go back and knock out, your caps of your old one and replace them as they should be because those changed. So back to tier 1, that's where the white ones go. So that's the tier 1. So really, really quickly, we have the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 capstones. For the tier 1, and these are pretty much all the same across the board, except the only thing that changes is the iron plated skulls or the diamond and emerald encrusted. So for the tier 1 is the iron plated skull in the center. Tier 2 is the gold in the center. And of course, these are the factory caps, the stones, and glowstone. These are the encrusted diamonds. In the center, same thing as that one. And the emerald, same thing. Emerald goes in the center, emerald encrusted skull. And those are over there. We just looked at them a minute ago. And moving on. I feel like like I'm in a museum or something, and you have somebody that's giving you the tour. And we're moving. So here's one I've got already created, set up. This was going to be one of my original demonstrations, but we done did that. So this one's got a chicken in it. So as you can see, the chicken didn't do the beef and the leather. No, that's from a cow, silly. But we did get the feathers in the chicken. Now, what you can also do is, I don't know if I have one handy. Let's just grab one lever, depends on where you're at. You can throw a lever on here and turn it on and off. If it's using up too much of your power, you can always turn it off or turn it on. All right, so we're moving, and we're moving. All right, so let's do the upgrades here real quick. So these are the upgrades for the actual factory themselves. And one thing you need to make sure you understand is the tier 1 right here. It's got the little 1 dot. See the little single yellow dot right there? Yeah. That's got to go on the bottom. So if you want to upgrade yours all the way to a tier 3, you need to have a tier 1 with a tier 2 on top of it, with a tier 3 on top of that. So those are the rate upgrades. We've got looting upgrades, XP upgrades, mass upgrades, decapitation upgrades, and effectiveness upgrades. Yep, makes it more effective. Cuts off their heads. Makes more of them spawn. Gives you XP. Gives you better drops. And makes it a whole lot faster. Quick and easy, right? Simple. Ha! Alright, next we have the Mob Factory Extender, and we have the Mob Factory Proxy. So let us go ahead and just grab this guy here, and grab this guy right here. And let's go back over to this guy right here real quick, and we're going to hop down in here. Just so we can do a quick demonstration as to what the Mob Proxy and the Extender does. So let's knock the power out of the way. So let's say you don't like having, your chest up here, and it's not got enough room, and you need more output for it. Well, that's what the Mob Proxy and Extender is for. It's also to get the power and stuff down further, so you don't have to run power to wherever. So let's go ahead and get in here, put these down on our bar, get rid of all the stuff we do not need. I like it clean. It's got to be clean. We might need that. So first thing you do is you take your extender and you connect it to the factory, and to the factory, or to the next one, and you can go down as far as you need. And then you take your proxy, and it has to be the very last one in the chain. It forms part of the multi-structure, and there you go. Now, you can take your power and put your power. Actually, let's do it over here just so you can see. It connects to the proxy itself. Right? Cool, easy. Now, in addition, you can take some chests and connect them, or whatever you're using for the output from your factory, onto the proxy as well. So there we go. We added 3 chests to this proxy. Now each one of these chests will be able to accept items from our factory. Voila. Easy enough. So now we could actually get rid of this one if we wanted to, and have it all nice and clean up here. And it's raining again. It rains on me all the time when I'm trying to do any videos in my Let's Play. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, see, I did a little example down here, a little more pretty, but I thought it's a little nicer to actually show you and build it rather than just show you what I built. So that's pretty much what we just did a minute ago. Now on this one, I went ahead and I added a tier 1 mass upgrade. And over here we have a tier 1, what is this one? The looting upgrade. So you can see how they're actually connected there. Yeah, they're connected. They're part of the multi-block. Now if we try to add, let us go back to Woot. So we type in @Woot. Gets us back here. So let us grab, what was that one? That was looting. So we'll grab a looting 2, a looting 3, just to show you. A looting 2 will not work. This is a tier 1, and you can't put a tier 2 upgrade onto a tier 1 mob factory. It has to be a tier 2 factory or better in order to use the tier 2 or 3 upgrades. So as you can see, it's not connected. It's not part of the multi-structure. So there's 2 added, and I do not believe we can check. Let's grab a different one. Let us grab a mass. No, we already got a mass. Let us grab a tier 1 efficiency. So you can only put 2 upgrades on a tier 1. That's all you can have. 1 there, 1 here. This one over here did not connect. Now the bigger mob farms, factories, they will allow that. So let's go over here and check that out. Alrighty, so here, same example. It's a tier 1's connected, tier 2's not. Now here's a tier 2 setup. So on a tier 2, we were able to actually connect, it's tier 2. There's the tier 1 upgrade down there, and that's a rate upgrade. Tier 2 rate upgrade, and that's part of the multi-block, so we know it connected correctly and it's going to work. You can have a total of 4 upgrades, 4 upgrade types. And you can see that one up there is a tier 3. It didn't work because this is a tier 2. Makes sense, right? So you can have 4 upgrades up to tier 2. So this one's got the efficiency 2 upgrade, the XP 2 upgrade, the rate 2 upgrade, and the mass 2 upgrade. So this one has 4 working upgrades, and you can see the 2 that are actual level 3 upgrades. They didn't connect to part of the multi-block structure, so they're not actually working. All right, so over there, I do have the entire list of everything you need to create your first mob farm, which we'll get to in just a moment. I'll go ahead and show you some other stuff down here first. But let me stop for just a second. I do thank you for coming in and spending some time with me today. I hope my spotlight is adequate, and I hope I do a good job, demonstrating this amazing mod. And thank you, Ipsis, for creating this mod. I love it. And I think it's going to save a lot of people some lag, and they might be able to play their worlds longer and have their worlds stable for much longer than used to, because they won't have as many issues from all their farms, their mob farms. So I think this was a brilliant mod. And if you think so too, you should go out and thank Ipsis. This mod is available on the Curse Launcher. So if you like the spotlight, please don't forget to click the like button. And click that subscribe button as well. I would greatly appreciate it as I grow my channel. I am a new YouTuber, but I love Minecraft and I love creating, and it's a form of expression and I love it. It's so cool. So thank you. So moving on, here we've got the tier 3. And as you can see, it's got tier 3 upgrades on it. So, that's the a rate, a looting, an XP, and a mass. Yeah, they're all working. And you can see it's quite full. XP shards. Let's talk about them for 1 second. So the XP shards is, instead of coming out in a liquid like some other mob farms and stuff does, it actually just gives you these little shards. So you can just eat them up, and it will give you your XP. So you can store your XP away for later, and you don't have to have it in a liquid form in some tank or something. You just get these shards. It's awesome. Very nice, Ipsis. So this is a tier 3. Oh, I can't fly because I'm not in creative. Okay, there we go. We're back in creative. So I think they look amazing too. I really like them. Kind of have what's the mod called? Blood magic. It's kind of got the blood magic tech, or magic feel to it. At the same time, it's techie because it's a factory. Yep. So down here is the big guy. This is the tier 4, and it's pretty expensive because we was looking at those the tier 4 factory blocks, and they require some nether shards. So just 1 shard at least does get you 8 blocks along with your casings. So not too bad. I mean, I would think a couple nether stars and you'll be able to upgrade your farm, your factory, all the way to this. I want to call it a farm. We've called them farms for years. At least I have. I don't know about you all. But this is a factory. It's a factory. It's a mob factory. And this factory right here, I like this factory a lot. So there's nothing in there right now. Let's flip the switch. Let's see what comes out. Oh, looky there. 8 nether stars. Oh, look, 16 nether stars. Oh, look, 24 nether stars. This thing rocks. This is the nether star king. And look, no lag. It's smooth. It's smooth as silk. I dig it. I dig it a lot. So what do y'all think? Leave down in the comments what you, at least let me know what you think about the mod. It's really cool, ain't it? I mean, it's a great idea. It's going to save servers. I hope you use it in your single player worlds. I mean, if you want to build that just something, artistic and make a mob farm that looks beautiful, have it all do this, that, and the other, and then turn it off and build one of these so you ain't killing the server for everyone else, or even in your single player world, you can go and show, your friends, whatever, and then turn it off and go turn this one on. Because it's going to save, the tick rate and the lag. I cannot just stress that enough, how important that is on servers these days. I always look for mods that don't add things to the world gen and are, makes for a let's play a much longer period of time. So it doesn't just last 2 months. It might last a year instead. So there it is. That's everything you need in that chest, including the dies, including a hammer, including one prism, one of the shards, one of the mob prisms. All of this will get you your very basic tier 1 factory. No upgrades. You're going to have to do your upgrades on your own. They're not that hard to figure out. I mean, I'm sure if you're playing with modded Minecraft, you have JEI or whatever the equivalent in the future will be. And, there's an upgrade, tier 2 upgrade. So Yeah, you better know how to do some enchanting though, or have Ender.io or something where you can speed up the enchanting to get them. But there you go. I'll let you have a second to take a screenshot or write it down. You can pause the video here, whatever you want to do. But that's the tier 1 right there in front of you. All right, my friends. I don't know how to do an exit. I usually do intros pretty well, but I don't know how to say goodbye because I just want to hang out with you all for the hours and just let's talk about the weather and talk about the pigs and the cows. And you saw that big freaking cow? Yeah, that's another mod by R.W. Timma. Zoology. Oh, he's a big cow. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, see, I just want to talk to y'all forever. Don't leave. Don't leave. Anyway, my name's Sha. I really hope you enjoyed the spotlight. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more content from myself. And I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.